This is a plan with me in my Hobonichi Weeks for the week of May 20th. If you'd like to see how I pulled this spread together, then just keep watching. Hi guys, it's Courtney from Poppy and Gray. Thanks for joining me today. If you are new here, especially, thanks for clicking that button to check out this video. So I am planning in my Hobonichi Weeks. The last week that I filmed was actually the week of, I think, April 22nd, maybe. It has been a minute. It is currently Saturday, May 18th, and I have no idea where the month of May has gone. But anyway, we are planning the week of May 20th in my weeks, which you can see, even though I haven't filmed, I really have been using it. And I am essentially going to use this sticker book from the Happy Planner. It's the Farmhouse book that my daughter Ryan purchased for me, and then I think I'm going to end up pulling in some stuff from the Simply Lovely book that I have as well. I don't really have a plan going in, so yeah, let's just figure it out. I knew that I wanted to bring the color yellow in. I'm going to use one of the full boxes that has a little bit of yellow in it, but I'm debating on bringing in the purple. I think you see me there with my purple mild liner. And I decided to hold off on highlighting the dates, which is something that I do. I actually did purchase some printable date covers, but I didn't use them this week. So that is just one of the full boxes from the Farmhouse sticker book. It says embrace what is good, which is becoming increasingly hard to find in the world. And I'm just trying to figure out like my washi tape situation. I had one that I wanted to use, and then I thought, oh, I also have this yellow one, and then I kind of had a thinner one. So plot twist, I end up using the very first one that I pulled because of course I did. And at some point you'll be able to see it, because I'm hoping that I'll figure out that I am not in frame, but I am just putting washi across the bottom of the page per usual. Yeah, and then I think I'm going to try to figure out like what I'm doing. So I'm trying out kind of a new layout. Rowan is finished with school. His last day of school was Wednesday. Actually was the last day of class, and then they had their little like class celebration on Friday. So I need to lay things out a little bit differently to try to keep myself on task. So that little banner was in the Farmhouse book, and I had seen in one of the Facebook groups, and I think she on YouTube goes by Beauty by Starlet, had done this really cool trick where she had used a thin strip of washi to block out some space so that like she could write in that space, if that makes any sense. But it wasn't going to work because the banner that I used wasn't wide enough. Like she didn't use any like sticker situation, so I decided not to do that. But I am using my gray Stadler to section off where I am going to keep track of the weather. I didn't for a few weeks, and that was because it wasn't really, well, first of all, we were having terrible weather and it was freezing cold, and I really didn't want to keep track of it. But also now, since Rowan is out of school, the weather kind of affects my plan for the day. So, like, if I'm wanting to plan to do something outdoors with him, then I kind of need to know in advance what the whole weather situation is going to be. And as you can see, even with a ruler, I managed to not make that completely straight because I am just a person who cannot draw straight lines. And then I decide to go ahead and use, so if you have a Hobonichi, then you know that each like horizontal section has these little dots where you can like section it off into 3 sections. And I actually didn't, I'm looking at my planner now, I didn't even go over far enough to the dot as I'm sitting here like, oh, there was so little space for me to write. I could have given myself like one little tiny extra bit of grid and it would have been better. But anyway, I guess I know that lesson for next week. So yeah, I leave myself those little sections in the day for something specific that I am trying to keep track of, and then I pull that little box. It's not really a full box, so I guess it would be like a half box for a happy planner, which was really cute with that little bow on it, to go over Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday. And then I end up flipping a lot, which tends to happen when you go into your plan with me without having really done any like pre-planning. Like, I did pre-planning in terms of I know the things that need to happen next week, but I didn't do any pre-planning in terms of like figuring out my whole stickering situation. So I knew that I wanted to use that appointment little circle to mark Rowan's occupational therapy appointment that we have almost every Thursday. And I think that I am looking for something to layer it over. So I find this little, like, I don't know, it's like a little swooshy thing. That's the technical term. No, I don't know. It's just this really cute kind of hand-drawn doodly thing to layer over it. And then, so yeah, what I am really doing is going in and putting down all of the things that I know are going to happen next week. And then that's another little banner from the Farmhouse book. They have started, like, we live near, very close to like an outdoor, it's like, I forget what they call them, like a lifestyle center, which I guess is like the new word for mall, where you have like the outside, so it feels like a little kind of town instead of mall. So they've started like their summer movie thing that they do every summer. So I just wanted to mark that on Friday because I believe that they're showing like a Lego movie that I think Rowan would enjoy. So yeah, I'm just going back and writing that I have therapy on Tuesday in that half box, and then I'm going to do my own little doodle swoosh thing to mark on Wednesday that we have a play date with a friend and her little girl. And that's really like it. I don't have a ton of heavy plans. I was telling one of the other moms at the picnic yesterday that just, I don't know, summer just ran up on me like real quick, and I feel completely prepared for dealing with this situation. I think part of it is that we had so much, and May is, you know, really a busy season for a lot of people, particularly if you are parents. Um, no matter what age your children are, because school is wrapping up, and then there's like graduations and proms and all of that sort of thing. Wedding season starts in lots of places. Um, so, yeah, we flew to Vancouver on Our anniversary is actually May 1st. We flew to Vancouver on May 2nd for a trip. And then we did not get home until like 2 o'clock in the morning on May 6th. And then my daughter and son-in-law and granddaughter came Monday night, and they were here until May 15th. So, I mean, I feel like I really haven't like soaked in, like so many good things have happened in the, you know, last few weeks, and I have really been trying to like absorb all of those moments, but at the same time, like, you know, time, it's one of those weird things where like time sort of isn't moving, but when you blink, it's like it jumped from like April to the middle of May, and now like all of these things have happened. I don't even know if I'm making sense, but anyway, I feel like I just haven't been able to sit and like take a deep breath and realize that, you know, half the year, we're almost at midpoint of the year. Um, so then I found these little like crossed arrow things to mark that we are going to go to the zoo on Monday, and then I'm not sure if I'm going to pack a lunch or if we're going to stop and get lunch. I also really hate the way that I wrote that, but you know, I'm working on my handwriting, and the only way to work on it is to keep doing it. So, um, yeah, I'm not exactly sure what I'm doing at this point. I'm going to use that brush pen to write this week on that banner, and that's a Pentel brush pen. My sister-in-law actually gave me a set of them, and they're really my favorite. It was like a set. It had black, blue, I want to say red, green, and like this golden color, or maybe it was brown. I can't remember, and they're not in front of me. And then when I ordered some stuff from Jet Pens, and I bought a gray one, which I also really like. So yeah, and then I'm just gonna like use my ruler to separate the rest of that grid, because I don't know that I have like a ton of other things that I need to do this week. I mean, I do, but I don't. It's one of those things. I don't like, in all like transparency, I have not been using my planner the last few weeks, and like you can tell by looking at my life, because it is a straight up hot mess. So I'm trying to get back into like using my system, which I've realized by not using it that it actually works when I do use it. Go figure. Um, and then I'm using the second section. I'm going to mark things that I want to do with YouTube, because I have done nothing. I actually have filmed some stuff. I just was having some issues with my laptop, so I wasn't able to edit. And now that I've kind of got a solution for that, I can hopefully get back into the swing of things. And then you can see in that little part that I sectioned off in the day, those are things that I want to do with Rowan. So it's not really like technically homeschooling, but there are some things that I want to work with him over the summer and approach it in that sort of like free form, not sticking to a specific curriculum kind of way that you can do with homeschooling. So yeah, those are the things that I need to do. So we're going to do like a little scavenger hunt at the zoo. Tuesday, he loves to help in the kitchen. So we're going to bake something, and hopefully that will help with like measurements, and I guess that's kind of math and whatnot. And then I do have some worksheets that we are going to work on to help him with his letters, which he's been working in an OT. He doesn't, so he doesn't cross the midline, which means he doesn't have a dominant hand, which is really hard to teach your child to write when they don't favor, you know, right or left-handed. So we've been working in that in OT, and I kind of want to work on it some more at home now that we are off. And then, you know, we have a day that we go to the library, and then I've looked up some fun kind of science experiments for us to do at home. So I'm just looking for, you know, I know that I have like some book stickers because we go to the library all the time and I mark it. I don't have anything to mark science. So if you know of, especially if it's like a printable shop somewhere, I don't know, I may find some clip art on Etsy and kind of see if I can make my own. I did pull in a coffee cup from the Farmhouse book to mark the play date. You can also see that I have filled in the weather doodles through Wednesday, which is what I typically do. And yeah, I'm just kind of going through to see if there's anything else that I need to add. So this is the final spread, and I am actually really pleased with the way that it turned out. Yeah, so if you are still here, thanks for watching. If you'd like to see more of my videos, be sure to click the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. I will see you next time. Bye.